Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku daily analysis for the S&P 500 for Thursday, January the 26th, 2012. Well, a continuation of the trend to the upside today, and we have a candle that has a higher high and a higher low. Previous day's trading, we had a new first time frame uptrend with a fairly large green bodied candle. The day prior to that, we had a change of trend to the downside. The body of the candle, however, for today's trading is red, and that's in stark contrast to the candles that we've seen over the previous couple of weeks. It's been quite some time since we've seen a red body of this size, and that denotes the sellers making net bearish progress. So that could be significant for this market. It may suggest that there is potential for a change of trend. Now, interestingly, we also see a fairly large shadow on the top of this candle, and this market tested up to the 1332 resistance that we've highlighted previously as a strong area of resistance. And we can see from the shadow on the top of the body of the candle that the buyers lost commitment as they were trading around that area. Having said that, however, we do have very, very strong support down at 1313, and for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trading days, the market has attempted to trade down below there and has been rejected very strongly from that region. We can see the shadows on the bottom of these candles and the current candle where we've tested to the 1313 area, and the buyers have come back in quite strongly to buy the market. The market has also failed to close down below that area, and that's quite significant as well. Having said that, however, with this candle, the sellers have actually taken control of the market. Not strong control. They have closed the market down below the midway level, but they have taken control of this market, and it's been quite some time since we've seen the sellers in control. And we need to look back all the way back to probably this candle here from probably about a month or so ago before we've seen the sellers take control, except for a couple of green bodied candles that we see here. Now that's fairly significant, and it's telling us that even though the trend is up, and even though we had upside price rejection from the 1313 area once again, the short-term dynamics in the market, the battle between the buyers and the sellers, is not supporting the trend to the upside any longer, and it does enhance the probability of there being a change of trend. Now, even though I say that there is a probability of that happening, it doesn't mean that it will happen. We do need evidence, and evidence would be a lower high and a lower low. Now, if we do see a change of trend, the first level that we're likely to see support would be at this swing low and down below 1313, but also at the Tenkan-sen, and that's trading at 1305. And when the market's trending very strongly, especially in that fast time frame, the Tenkan-sen tends to be the area where we find initial support and price rejection, so that's a very important level. Below there we also have the round number 1300, which was a previous important area of resistance, and that will hold as strong support. And we have a zone of support that extends down through there to roughly 1285, 1286, where we see this highlighted yellow area as a zone that will hold as support. Now in Ichimoku, this market is still bullish in all three time frames, bullish in the long term, medium term and fast term time frames, and each of these indicators are pointing up sharply, reflecting good solid upside momentum in the market. The Chikou span here is supporting the bullishness that we're seeing in this market. But having said that, if we look at this candle, it's not a bullish candle, and it's been some time since we've seen this amount of bearishness in the market. So we are set up for a potential change of trend. If we do see that change of trend, then it has the possibility of being only short-lived, where we have very, very strong support down below, and we could see the buyers coming quite strongly. If this trend is going to continue, obviously 1324 is strong resistance, and then certainly the 1332 region where we've been rejected from today is very important for a potential continuation of the trend to the upside. So let's watch those areas for the next day's trading. Next, moving to gold, and here we see a change of trend to the upside today, a candle with a higher high and a higher low. Previous day's trading, we had an outside day in bar chart terms, and that was a candle that had a higher high but a lower low. And prior to that day, we had a downtrend in place with a candle that formed a lower high and a lower low. So even though the previous day's trading was very, very bullish, and bullish in the extreme, it didn't technically change the trend, and today we have had confirmation of that change of trend, with the market making a higher high and a higher low. Now, having said that, however, we do have a spinning top type candle, and that's where we have a smallish body and a shadow on the top and the bottom, and that represents indecision in the market. The body is green, however, so the bulls are showing that they want to continue this upside momentum that we saw on the previous day, where we had the buyers really making a lot of upside momentum, and the green body means that the buyers have made net bullish progress, and we've closed just up above the midpoint level, meaning that the buyers have taken control of this market for the day once again, but very weak control. Now, the shadow on the top, however, means that the buyers lost commitment, so that's significant. And if we compare it to the previous day where they were very strongly committed, this loss of commitment does set the market up for a potential change of trend. The buyers lost commitment up around this 1723 region, and we should be really watching that level for any potential to continue the trend, but also watch the low of the current candle for a potential change of trend to the downside with a candle that may make a lower high and lower low. If we do see a change of trend to the downside, we have very strong support down at 1683, and that coincides with the top of the cloud and the previous strong area of support and resistance. So that is an area where we should see the market hold up if the trend does change. In terms of Ichimoku, we have had a bullish breakout the previous day's trading, and that is a bullish signal in big picture terms. So a bullish market in all three time frames by trading above the cloud, above the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen, and the Chikou span is supporting that bullishness by trading above the corresponding price action. Some Ichimoku analysts look for confirmation of the Chikou span in relation to the cloud. It is below the cloud, but I believe that the more important confirmation is where the Chikou span is trading in relation to the corresponding price action. Looking at the Kijun-sen and Tenkan-sen, they're pointing up fairly sharply, and they're reflecting solid upside momentum that we've seen in this market over the previous few days. So that's in unison with this bullish breakout that we saw for yesterday's trading. So with this spinning top type candle, even though the market is bullish, we do have a strong level of resistance overhead. If we do see the market come off, then we have very, very strong support down around the 1683. It is possible that if we do see the market sell off, we could see a temporary retracement back down to that level and the buyers coming back into the market. But let's watch the low of the current candle for potential for that change of trend, but also watch around the 1723 region where we have solid resistance. Moving on to silver, and here we see a bullish market in big picture terms, trading above the cloud, also trading above the Kijun-sen and Tenkan-sen, and confirmed by the Chikou span above the corresponding price action. So a bullish market. Looks fairly similar to what we saw with gold. We had the bullish breakout, buy signal in Ichimoku, but now a spinning top type candle, and we have very solid resistance at 34 for this market, and we've seen that zone of resistance exerting its influence today with the shadow on the top, downside price rejection from that area, so there is potential for a change of trend to the downside. As we saw with gold, we do have solid support at the top of the cloud at roughly the 32 level, just below 32. There are a couple of regions within the cloud too where we have potential for strong support as well. If the market does continue trading up, however, and we see a bullish close up above 34, then there is very strong potential for this market to trade up to 36. Not a lot of resistance between 34 and 36, so what we'd like to see would be a bullish close up above the 34 level. But certainly spinning top type candle, a candle of indecision, a very bullish day the previous day, potential for a change of trend. Let's watch for confirmation of that, and then if that does occur, look for support down around 32 if the market does trade there within the next few days.